everyone. Happy Monday. Just wanted to check in with you guys with this week's video update. Hope you guys had a good weekend and are ready to rock on into Chapter 4. So just to give you a quick recap on Chapter 2, I finished scoring the discussion boards, and there are a couple general points I want to make about that to help you guys do better in the future. Most of you did an outstanding job. But where people lost points was by either not saying enough in their initial post or failing to respond to a classmate's post. Remember that for full credit, you have to not only do your own original post, it's at least 300 words, but also you have to respond to a classmate for full credit. So keep that in mind going forward. But by and large, I thought the work for Chapter 2 was excellent, and you guys are off to a great start. So good job for that. As far as this week's unit goes, you're moving on to Chapter 4, which is a longer chapter that's a lot more substantive in terms of the content. You'll learn about three pretty important things. The first are what we call arguments, which are meant to establish the truth of some idea that's in question. So you'll learn about different kinds of arguments, deductive versus inductive, and the standards for assessing those. Mostly to help you understand the structure of thought and that there are ways that ideas are supposed to be related. The second thing you'll learn about are logical fallacies, which are common mistakes in reasoning that are so rhetorically persuasive that they convince us without giving us really good reason to believe something. So that goes back to our kind of motto for the class: never believe anything anyone says unless they give you good reason to believe it. Fallacies trick us into believing something without giving us good reason. So the point of learning these is that we learn how to avoid them in the future, and that's what your discussion forum will focus on for this particular unit. The third thing you'll learn in this chapter, probably the most important as far as class exercises going forward. You're going to learn the critical thinking model that we've developed as a way of solving ethical problems. There are 7 steps in this model, and you'll be expected to understand each of them. In the Chapter 4 folder, there's a set of instructions for the critical thinking papers that we'll be doing later in the class. You'll want to download those now and become familiar with them, so as you're looking through the critical thinking model, you have a fuller picture of what I'm going to be asking for on those assignments. Nothing's due about the critical thinking papers now or anytime soon, but just have it on your radar screen so you understand what you're going to be expected to do as we get to those assignments. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or call my office, 727-341-4313. I'm here for you guys. Let me know how I can help. Have a good week.